This year's Schuylerville has a similar race shape that we see with a lot of 2-year-old stakes racing, and that's a whole lot of speed signed on. At first glance, you'll see that the 4, the 5, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, and the 11 all have won from the front. And it's important to remember that, again, these are only 2-year-olds, so like you'll hear everyone say, they're improving rapidly. And this race is going to be the true test of running styles and who wants to lead and who can run from off it. As far as who I say gets the lead in this race, I'm going with the 4 off of her last effort at Churchill Downs. Now, there were only 2 races on this June 7th date at Churchill, and she ran much faster than the allowance sprint on that day. The E1 and E2 figures are going to give her that advantage by the second call, and I like that she was challenged throughout in that race before taking over to win by over a length in the end. That makes her much more battle tested than, say, the short price in here of the 10, who was an open length winner the entire way throughout that race at Churchill Downs on June 14th. We know that the 1, 2, 3, and the 6 all can win from off the pace, and I do give them extra credit in here for that, but that's also where I'm going to be leaning betting wise, because I think we have too much speed in here, and there's a horse in here that I think is pretty proven to be able to cut into the lead, which is what we're looking for in here today. But starting with the 1, she just looks a step behind. Her win at Churchill was on a day where the track was playing to off the pace runners. No one won going wire to wire on May 10th at Churchill Downs. You see in her next start, she tried for the lead and just kind of stayed on for second the whole time and dueled the entire way. Much slower than what we're going to see in here today. I also think the 2 is lacking against this sharp of a field. In that stakes win 2 back, she kind of just took advantage of a collapsed second call, I think. We see a sub 22 second first call and then 45 2/5 at the second call. She was able to press and go on, but with the presence of this many early runners, she's not going to get that trip where she's sitting just up and off the leader like she did. And you see last time out here at Saratoga was in 5th at the first call and just kind of ran a flat race, fading the entire way around, just did not fire. Now this 3 is the horse that has me intrigued in the race. I know that she won against a race that's 2/5 slower probably than what we're going to see at the first call, but there's 2 things that make her a horse with upside to me. First off, let's look at each call of that race, and let's start with the positioning. You can see at the first call she was in 4th, moved up to 3rd, into 2nd in the stretch, and then took over to win that race. The same sort of pattern emerges when you look at the beaten lengths as well. She's 2.5 beaten lengths off at the first call. She's 1.5 beaten lengths off at the second call. In the stretch, she's a length off, and then explodes out to win by 3.5 lengths at the wire. At each call, she's gaining positioning and ground. When you have both those things going for you, pace that's a little bit quicker shouldn't be an issue. And then the second thing is this June 16th date here at Churchill Downs. Of the 8 dirt sprints on the day, she was the only horse to win from posts 1 through 3. The rest of the winners were from 4 and further on out. So she was able to overcome that inside post that wasn't looking all that great on June 16th. Now I'm going to be keying the 3 with the 4 as a horse is in here. I think it's a very open race, but these 2 are the ones that offer the most upside to me in here. If we have to split hairs, I'm going to go with the 3 due to the fact that we know that she can press from off the pace and shouldn't have a problem having horses in front of her and running them down in here today. If you want the rest of the analysis for Saratoga opening day and this whole meet, check out the pinned comment below and get signed up.